they are, but basically we're going to have exclusive news. We're going to have, I'm going to try to find some of the past interviews that we did on WZR Radio with Roddy Piper, Macho Man Randy Savage, Fable we had. So we're going to put up a lot
of old archives.
Yeah, old archives, but some of those interviews are awesome, man. Like, off the hook. Do I have Jose here? Jose, are you here?
I'm here.
I'll tell you what, dude. I could kick your ass right now, dude.
Bring it.
Ass. I should drive to Stamford, Connecticut, come in there, and just whoop that ass, baby. What's up,
Bring
dude?
it on,
what are you doing,
buddy.
dude?
I had to do a couple of things for Mom Duke. She's not feeling well. I had to go to the pharmacy. They didn't have the prescription. I had to sit there and wait. And I wasn't calling you on my cell phone. Obviously, we know the reason why.
Dude, I called you up on the cell phone, man. I called you up, and I left it going. So basically, on your answering machine, you probably got about 15 minutes worth of WZR Radio on the answering machine. Nonetheless, buddy, it's good to have you, man. I'm glad you showed up, baby doll.
I appreciate that. I'm sorry about that. You know, I got sidetracked doing the Mom Dukes. That's the only really time that if I miss the show or if I'm late at the show, it has to be a family, situation, and that's exactly what went down.
All right. Because it was a family situation, bro, I'll let you slide. But I'll let you know, man, that was the hardest 40 minutes of radio that I've ever done in my life, man. I had to take live phone calls. I had people co-hosting the show with me. I actually still got JMK here where right now I brought him on. We're talking, we're going to do some big stuff with WZROnline.com, man. We've got going to launch a premium section, give some people some exclusive content. We got the MMA website. We're going to relaunch that. JMK's been working that ass off. So
yeah, I'm going to let you guys know this right now. The MMA Scoop site and the TNA Wrestling News site, they're both looking really good in their beta versions as of now as the new design. They're working very well. They're going to have all the features that WZR has. And so you got to check that out. It should be coming up in upcoming days. We hope to have all, if not most, of these features live by next week's show. I'm not going to make any promises because we all know how those work out. But but we hope to have all these running, and we hope that you guys enjoy them.
Nah, it's awesome, man. I mean, like JMK said, you guys are going to have we're going to have the shout boxes on all three. We're actually going to I'm going to pay for a shout box for TNAWrestlingNews.com. MMA Scoops has got the shout box. I mean, basically, it's going to be the same format for all three sites. So you guys are going to be able to get MMA, TNA, and WWE. You guys can pick your sites. We're going to try to add like a drop-down box on the top of all three sites where you'll be able to network them all together. And there'll be not a lot of pop-ups. I think we only have one pop-up that only loads like once every 6 hours or 4 hours or something like that. So no pop-ups, none of those full-page over ads. And then if you get the premium section, you guys won't have any ads at all, and you guys will have exclusive backstage content that's not posted anywhere else. We're going to be breaking stories in the premium section. We're going to do, if you guys like WZR Radio, if you like what you're listening to right now, we're going to do more of that, put that in the premium section. I'm going to talk to Jose about that. As long as Jose decides to show up when we like to record, no, I'm just playing, Jose. But
it's all good. It's all good. It just feels good that that you guys missed me, and it doesn't happen very often. So
yeah, right.
I don't expect it to happen anytime soon.
All right,
especially if I got to hear your flap.
All right, so I'll head off here, Clark. Enjoy the show, the rest of you guys. Any questions about any of the new features, comments, suggestions? My email address is webmaster@WZROnline.com. You can shoot me an email there, and I'd be happy to talk with you.
All right, so that's JMK. Lots of new features. JMK, thanks, man. Thanks.
Appreciate it, JMK. Thanks for sitting in there for me.
No worries.
Yeah, no worries. Oh, there's worries, dude. There's worries. I'm going to get on that Jose's ass once we go off the air.
No worries at all. You are just a little dramatic. Fall back, relax, have a seat, get a Coke, buy beer, sit down, relax, put some Jeeva Picks on. It'll kind of relax you down a little bit.
Yeah. So where should we start off, man? The only thing I really talked about, man, I took live phone calls, and that's about it, man. I talked about the releases. We had Kazarni, who got released yesterday, and the Boogeyman. I said that Kazarni, we're not really sure about. I mean, his future, even on the indie scene, that's just a gimmick that really never took off in WWE, and I don't think he's going to do anything with that on the indie scene. But the Boogeyman, with that gimmick, man, with the worms and the whole thing, and he's got that trademark too, man. He can I don't know if he has a trademark, but WWE obviously doesn't have that trademark, so he can go out and use that gimmick on the indie scene. So it'll be interesting. I think he'll land quite a few opportunities to get some work at different places. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it doesn't certainly come as a surprise for those two individuals. Of course, Kazani wasn't really given the time to really develop his character. But anytime you involve circus, anything you involve oddities, it gets over very quickly, and that's exactly what. And truthfully, I wasn't impressed with his performances, at least on TV. I certainly wasn't sold to him. Boogeyman is another story. I was always a big fan of Boogeyman just because of the character, being on Sci-Fi, ECW. But again, it's probably one of those things that creative couldn't really find something for him to really develop and work into a program, which is, again, doesn't come surprise to me that they let both of those individuals go.
Yeah, I mean, I talked about that earlier, man. Those are just two gimmicks, like character gimmicks, that are going to run their course. You know what I mean? You can only go with them for so long. But one thing I did say earlier about the Boogeyman is that's the type of gimmick that he'll be brought back. He'll be brought back, but not full time. Like he'll come back
like a Goldust.
Yeah, like a comedy segment here and there. You know what I mean? But not a full time deal. That's another one. Goldust. He's still under contract with WWE too. And you know what? I didn't see him on. It was interesting because I didn't see him on the talent roster list last week. That's another thing we got to talk about is that script, man. I haven't even touched on that, but we
can do that hour too. That's definitely that's another reason why I was not so much of upset because it's Mom Dukes, but I was just she kind of heard a little bit of the wind of it because it's one of the things that I was kind of actually looking forward to is during the last couple of days we've discussed about the script and how they write the shows and the segments and the little comments in between but I definitely would love to touch base on that in hour two.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I'll be honest with you. I was struggling. For the first half hour, man. I took the live phone calls. I was struggling. It's just hard, man, because you can't take a breath. You know what I mean? It's like if you take a breath and try to take a drink of something, you know what I mean? It's like it goes dead air. So it's good to have you, man. That's all I'm going to say. It's good.
You can hum. When you're drinking your water.
Yeah, right.
So you don't have that dead air, you know what I mean? But JFK came through, it sounds to me like, but regardless, we'll move on to that and we'll see what we can do in the next hour and 10 minutes.
Listen, man, with an hour and 10 minutes, Jose Rivera and Ryan Clark can tear down the house. There's no doubt about it. No question in my mind, man. And you know what? You know what I'm thinking about, man? Because usually in hour number one, we run down Monday Night Raw, right, and we go top to bottom and this and that. We do the same thing every week. Let's skip Raw. Let's not skip it. I was just starting to get into Monday Night Raw. Let's talk about the big segments, the big happenings. We'll try to do that before 8 o'clock. I actually already took the break because I was struggling. So we're not going to take a break here.
Took an early break.
An early break, yeah. I took it about 40 minutes in, and then I tried to call you up, and then I left the voicemail on, and then it told me that I was recording a voicemail for too long and to cut it off. So anyway, we took the break, so we're all set on that. We're not going to take another break. We're just going to go straight out until 9 o'clock, leading you guys into ECW. But let's talk about it, man. Monday Night Raw, the big segments. I had just got to the point where Shawn Michaels came out and basically. They had an in-ring promo with The Undertaker out there. And, Taker was off his game last night, wasn't he?
You noticed that too, right? It sounded too unbelievable. I mean, first he bobbled a little bit on the lines, and then it's just his face express. It had an emotion to it, and we always knew The Undertaker with no emotions, just to be like the dead man. And I felt a bit emotional watching his face and the way it just moves and Oh, but you're right though. You're absolutely right. I mean, you hit that one right on the head.
It's just the stuttering, man. The stuttering. It doesn't.